Every day, tragedy hits a home and it changes life as you know it in this very moment. If tragedy comes, will you be ready? Today, we are going to have a very tough conversation, a little different than the conversations that we had before. I'm usually sitting in front of you having a money conversation where I'm throwing out tons of money, throwing out tons of smiles, and giving you lots of love as it relates to your financial purse. Today, we're going to have a conversation. It's going to be full of love, but it's going to be full of tough love. It's a conversation that has kind of been working itself within me just over the last 2 years. It spun out of a situation where one of my friends had to undergo and still undergoing a situation where her husband went to work and she got the call that no wife wants to get. She was told that her husband had a heart attack and that he had passed away. When I went over to her home that day and I sat there in her big, beautiful house and I watched her two innocent children who were at the time 3 and 6 years old, I continued to wonder, like, gosh, I hope she has life insurance. I hope that when this tragedy hits her heart, where she has to heal from dealing with losing the man that she has been with since she was in high school, deal with now having to parent individually, that somehow she had herself some type of financial protection where this tragedy would not now seep over into her financial life. I continue to think, I hope she has life insurance because I want her to still keep this house. I want her to be able to meet this mortgage. I want these two beautiful children who have no idea that their life has changed could stay in private school and show up to dance practice. So, since then, it has been a personal quest that anybody that I come in contact with, any woman, that they have enough wherewithal to protect their purse prior to a situation like this coming into their life. So, I invite you over the next 6 weeks to have a very tough yet necessary conversation about how to protect your purse, okay? So, in week number 1, we're going to talk about what is life insurance. I'm sure at some point someone either showed up at your job or showed up at your home and you either said yes or no and you're maybe even paying a premium. But normally when I talk to people and I ask them, well, what does your life insurance actually do? They just know that they have it. Well, if you show up in week number 1, you're not only going to just have a policy or decide to go out and get a policy, you're really going to know what the benefits are. So if you ever got the call, you know who to call and that they're going to show up for you and your family. Okay, and then week number 2, you're going to understand, okay, I hear all these options that you're giving me. I heard you talk about term insurance. I heard you say whole life insurance. I heard you talk about universal life. I heard you mention all of those different options. But which one is really right for me and my family? Which one should actually be inside of my purse? If you show up in week number 2, you're definitely going to get the skill set of how to pick a policy that belongs in your purse, all right? And then in week number 3, all right, let's say a suit. I love to talk about the suits. If you ever had a suit show up, you know they're well suited. Their hair is either gel backed or combed very nicely, and they're going to tell you to press hard and sign here, and you're going to have a policy, right? We're going to make sure before you get to the signing part that you know how to interview them. Because when it comes to life insurance, what you don't know can really, really cost you. All right, and then in week number 5, let's just say you blow me off, right? And you're like, I hear what you're saying, but I don't really like talking about death. And I don't want to talk about that with my husband. And he's going to feel like maybe I'm going to have some type of financial interest in his death. That's not the kind of conversation that I want to have. I want to make sure that you understand if you decide I'm going to forego this when it comes to protecting my purse, what that will really mean for you and your family. All right, and if you stick with us to week number 6, you're going to figure out, all right, well, I've done all that you said. I've picked out a policy. I've protected my purse. So in the event that something does happen to me, am I going to create a legacy and what that really means for me? I want to make sure that if I do get a policy set in place and I do amass a great fortune like I plan to do, that my children or my spouse or my business partners are not tying that money up in court because you didn't sit down and create the necessary documents to make sure that you have a will and a trust. Okay? So if you show up for 6 weeks, understand you are going to know how to protect your purse. All right? So that's what you're going to get from me. I'm going to give you everything I got, and I'm even going to have some experts to sit in to fill in where I can't give you everything I got when that does not cut the mustard or fit the bill. All right? So here's what I need for you. Number one, I need you to sign up. Okay? Just log on to www.purseempowerment.com. Click the link that says, "Hey, Shawnee, I want to protect my purse." Number two, once you sign up, I need you to show up so that you can go up. Got it? Show up, get the information, and put that power inside of your purse. And then the last thing that I need from you is that when you sit with me for 6 weeks and you get all this great information about how to protect your purse, that you do two things. One, you decide if the policy that you already have, it's really working for you, okay? After you get the skill sets, you analyze it, you look at it, you determine, is this going to protect my family, right? And if you don't have a policy, I want you to meet with a professional, because in the 6 weeks, you're gonna learn what kind of policy is available to you, and you're gonna understand how to interview someone who can give you one, alrighty? As always, it is great connecting with you, because every time I connect with you, I feel richer, and I hope that you do too. See you next time.